All right, welcome, brothers. We have from here with us is a former member of the PornReboot implementation program, and he shared a post recently in the group that made me just want to know about his experience and share it with you guys. So, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself as much as you're comfortable with sharing about yourself? Tell us your age and kind of what you do.
Okay, so hi all. I'm from. I am 35 years old. I'm working as a financial analyst. And yeah, before finding JK and the program, I was an addict for about 15 years.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And what is it that kind of made you want to partner with me and the implementation program?
Yeah, I had a few failed rebooting attempts on my own. And I realized that I need help, some sort of guidance to succeed. And I was looking for a trained, specialized, and experienced psychologist locally at first, of course. I was looking at websites of psychologists, but yeah, I couldn't find anyone who seemed to gain my trust or who seemed experienced on this. And then I found your videos on YouTube, then your podcast, then your website, and I requested a talk on that. And then your colleague suggested the implementation program for me on that talk.
Okay. And you said that you mentioned that you were looking for something locally. Was it that you couldn't find anybody, or the people you found locally weren't too familiar with the problem?
Yeah, they weren't specialized on this, so they were marriage counselors, sexual counselors, and sometimes they mentioned porn on the website as well, but they weren't really specialized on this. And yeah, it seemed like that they don't take it very seriously, this kind of problem. So it did not gain my trust at all.
Okay, that makes sense. And is the program what you expected?
Yes, it was exactly as promised. I like to say that it is a well-structured program. The lessons follow each other very well, and I often felt that I hear exactly what I need to hear. So
how do you mean you hear exactly what you mean to hear? What you need to hear, excuse me.
So when I was taking the next step, it started with a basic fight how to deal with urges, and then it just went on. And when we reached the part when you talked about rebooting and relationships, I just felt like that this is what I need to hear right now, because this is what affects my life. Yeah, I had a failed relationship at that time, and it was just yeah, just this is what I can tell you. It's exactly what I needed to hear at that time. It was the right step. And then the exercises, again, it's just a proof of the structure that it was just like exactly what I needed at that time.
At the time. Okay, yeah. Excellent. And how has it kind of helped you with some of your goals? You know, sometimes when men seek help for this, there are different things they want. Some want to control their behavior. Some just want to feel that, you know what, now I know what I'm doing. I'm not just using willpower. And others actually want something that they can keep using for years to come or months to come. But for you, what are some of the goals that this helped you accomplish? What were you looking for, and what did you accomplish at the end of it? It's actually, just for those of you who are going to be watching this recording, the program is actually a 12 to 16 week program, but was one of the first batch of people to join. So he was actually in the program for a few months before we moved people out. But yeah, what were some of the goals you feel you accomplished?
Well, I feel like my social anxiety is gone. So one of the pains that I was medicating with porn was that I had problems with trust in myself, and basically all my relationships were absolutely demolished during these years. And so loneliness, social anxietiness, and I was only always thinking what others think about me. I was afraid of that, and always treating these pains with porn. So first step was to learn how to treat this, how to handle this, how to handle these pains and get a little freedom from them.
Okay.
So it was I was only for 8 weeks in the program when I first received my first positive feedback from coworkers who told me that I changed for the better, that they actually noticed and told me that I changed. And by that time, I actually felt it. I felt that I have more time, I have more energy to work on myself. But this was a good feedback. It proved that this is actually true. People can see this change. Of course, my coworkers knew nothing about my problem, my actual problem, and they still noticed the change. And yeah, after a few months, I was ready to start a new relationship, and this was a completely different relationship from any of my previous ones. This is built on honesty, on happiness, on trust with each other. So it came really fast, and it works just fine.
Okay.
And yeah, let me add that improving trust in myself helped to improve my professional life as well. I will soon start in a new position that I applied for. So in the past few months, I took a step in my career as well.
Oh, wow, dude. That's so awesome to hear, man. It really makes me happy to hear it. I feel I have goosebumps when I hear about guys getting into a new relationship, especially when your past relationship just didn't work out and probably had something to do with porn.
It had everything to do with it.
Yeah, everything to do with it. And then actually hearing feedback from people saying that you've changed, it's very subtle. Sometimes guys are like, is it really because I'm taking care of this problem or not? And then also having the opportunity to grow in your career. So that's really good to hear. What do you have to say to guys who, let's say they were in your position, they've been looking for help, maybe they've heard about me, they've heard about the program, but they're not sure for whatever reason, maybe financial reasons, maybe they're like, I've tried something online and it didn't work before, or maybe they still think they can do it on their own. You're a man who's in his 30s, you're a professional. I'm sure you're a pretty confident guy in yourself. Let's put aside the social anxiety. You made the decision. What do you have to say to men who are just not sure?
Yeah, first of all, getting help from a professional is perfectly all right. So this is what you should do when you have a problem in any area of your life. So especially this is no exception. So don't be afraid to ask for help and to do a program like this. Well, JK offers a variety of programs, if I can say that. And I would like to say anyone who is thinking about to join, to choose what is suitable for you. So in the implementation program, this is no secret, you are going to have to do a lot of work on your own. So be ready for this. Make sure that you are capable and willing to work on your program, because in the implementation program, you are not buying a series of videos about porn addiction. It's actually what you are paying for is guidance and support for a hard work. But in the end, it's still you who are going to do that hard work. So be ready for it.
Excellent. I love that. I love that. And just to add on to that, I do want to add, for those who are watching the recording, just said it, but the implementation program is not really a program where we hold your hand all the way. I love what he said about being willing to do the work. If you're somebody who's like, man, JK, I'm interested in this implementation, but you have a history of joining things and not putting in the work and letting it go, you're really going to feel like you wasted your investment. So when you feel that you're ready to really put in the work for a couple of weeks, that's probably the best time to consider that. I appreciate that honest response. Thank you. Finally, if I could ask you in one word to describe your experience, emotion, feeling of just being in the implementation program, what would that be?
Journey. It was like a journey. Yeah. When you're starting it, you are probably a bit afraid at the start, also excited. And like with every journey, you leave something behind, and you are going to miss some parts of what you leave behind your whole life. You are going to miss some parts. And it will be still all right, because at the end of the journey, you arrive to a destination where you long to be for a very long time. So a journey. It will be a journey if you do it right.
All right, fantastic. Thank you. Do you have any last words, anything personal to say? Because this is something that's going to be shared in our private group. And you know, we're all guys. We all deal with this. It really affects our relationship. It affects many aspects of our life. So just as a man to other men, do you have anything to say to other guys out there?
Yes. I like to share some tips that worked for me.
Great.
So first of all, for everyone, don't avoid the hard work. So don't choose the easy way. Journaling is an essential part of rebooting. Maybe you say that I will do it in my head, or I will write on the computer. Now start really an actual journal, write by hand. This worked very, very well for me. Watch every module multiple times, not only once. And I suggest you to take notes. Stop the video, take notes, write down what you hear, what you see on your mother's tongue if you are not English, and go through these notes regularly, because repeating is the key of implementation, I think. And don't rush it. Only move to the next module when you are ready to it, because the modules really build on each other. So you should not rush it. So only because a week passed, don't move on to the next module. Move on when you are ready. And I hope that everyone who joins the program will find a good accountability partner. That is, again, a very good experience. I found a very nice accountability partner. We are still in contact, and we agreed that we will be in contact even both of us finish the program. Share every exercise that you receive and that you do during the course. Do them, of course, and share them with your accountability partner, and show respect and care for your accountability partner, because you both are fighting the hardest fight of your life. So be there for each other.
Dude, that's fantastic. Those are some great tips. In fact, I'm also going to share this in the implementation program so that the guys who are in the implementation right now can pick up these important tips. I couldn't have said it better myself. I think guys are really going to love listening to you. And I'm really happy to hear that you have an accountability partner that you're still in touch with. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to join us, and I'm really looking forward to the response from some of the guys who watch this. Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much.